Okay, never mind. I'll just take you with me. Sorry. So I just gutted the first one, and I was doing this, and I thought, why did I turn it off? So I just took the book block out of this one very carefully. And this was the grungier one. It's kind of delicate. You can see there's a little bit of a hole in it. I'm gonna have to do some repair to that one, which is fine. It's no problem. This one's in a slightly better shape. Makes me feel a little guilty for pulling it apart, but I am. So this one, on both of these, I don't know if I'm going to keep this fly page intact, but until I decide for certain, I'm going to leave it there, because this is also a wonderful feature of these books, is they have the birds in silhouette and with a key, and that delights me. So I'm going to keep it for now. I may not keep all 4 of them because there's one inside every cover. So right now I'm just working the book block, prying it out a little bit, because sometimes you can get them to separate without cutting, but I will. It's so interesting. It makes me wonder where these were made, because look at the backing of this book block. This book block is really cool, and I can peel this bit right off, which I will definitely use in the future. But when I went to do it on this first one, it's black, first of all, and it is, oh wait, maybe I can peel it off. It just felt like it was really solidly on there, maybe with a different kind of glue, or it just doesn't really want to come off as nicely. So that's just interesting variation. Okay, so now on the back side, just peels right off. Fabulous. All right, so now I have 2 covers, and this one is in such better shape. I guess I need to make a call as to whether or not I want to, where is my, here. So if I make this one the front, I'm going to, it's going to wind up being like that with the front bit. Like this here, and that's going to be just trying to line things up straight. The spine. Now, do I want the silhouettes? Wait, and if I do, where do I want the silhouettes? I think I'm going to tear them out. Maybe I'll just leave this first one. I'll leave the first silhouette. But I want to use these panels for things. I don't think there's any chance of getting a silhouette off intact. Oh, look what I just noticed. This silhouette and this silhouette match up. So I can cut them off, join them together as pages, put them in the journal bit, and it'll be there. Okay, that makes me happy. All right, so how do I get them off carefully without cutting anything else? Am I going to tear it? I think I'm going to try and tear it, because I'm afraid of using the knife. Okay, so there's that one. And turn the page, Jessica. And then here's going to be this one. And then, oh, they're different. 19. Oh, they're not the same. Oh. Flight silhouettes and roadside silhouettes. All right. Oh, and they're not the same numbers either. All right, so be it. Okay, well, I'll include them somehow, but they're not going to work for me. Yeah, roadside silhouettes. I'll figure out how to incorporate them back. I will. But I need to fix the spines, and I need to use the panels. So we are just making the hard call. Okay. So I'm going to trim this up. I'm so sad. Used to have all three of these, the Tim Holtz tonic scissors. These are the 9.5. My puppy just ate the handles to the 7-inch one, and I accidentally sent the 5-inch ones to my sister-in-law with a journal, and she never sent it back. So, yep. So luckily, you can get them in little pairs on Amazon. So I just got those exact ones. I ordered them up, replacements, because they are the best scissors. Okay, so there's that neatened up. Here's this neatened up. See that? Okay. Yep. I really enjoy these Peterson field guides, and it doesn't seem like there's any shortage of them. They're readily available at like used bookstores. I found them at flea markets. I found them on eBay. So they're easy to find, and they're fun to work with. And you get all the fussy cut images to go with, to boot. Okay, so now I need to cut a piece of fabric, and I really want green. I want some green on my spine. So this is the edge. So I'm sorry, I don't know where I got this from. But it's a very thick, it's not actually, it's like a faux tapestry, but it's a really nice thick canvas. So I think I'm going to cut off this selvage. And by cut, I mean tear. And then I will, oh, that'll work. That'll work nicely. So that is, let's see, if I can center that piece of green, that's about 1.5 on that side and 1.5 on that side. So if I do a cut right like that, yikes, I just hit my little, my crafting's turning violent. I just dumped my little bin of stamps. Oh, and it just went over the side. I'll get it later. Okay. All right, so here is this. So this is going to go like this. I'm not going to wrap it around, I don't think, but I will do something else to have it go down, to go on the inside. So I just want to cut it, and I want it to, I do want it to go longer than the actual books. Man, it is so warm. I can't believe it. We just took the dogs for a walk, and it's like 75 degrees out there in the middle of November. I'm all hot now, and it's just mind-boggling. Oh, look how nicely it's fraying along the edges. I really like that. I wonder if I should sew it, though. All right, I think I will. I think off screen, because I can't sew on screen, I think I will sew all along the square there. And I'm gonna put that on my sewing machine to remind me to do that. And I'm going to keep this handy because I know I want to make a couple of fabric things in this journal, including I'd like to do like a little pencil holder, because I'd like to include some sketching bits. So my idea for this journal for like theme is bird watching. So I want to have a journal, and I'd like to have, it's going to be all kind of bird themed and bird watching themed, so that it would, I want to think of it as being like a good Christmas present for a person who likes to either travel to go bird watching, or keeps a list of birds and has a bird feeder and keeps track of birds and bird behaviors and things like that. Okay, so I'm going to put that to the side for a sec. Let's look at shoring up this. So what I'm going to use, I wanted to use a thinner material for that. And I have some Tim Holtz. But I don't know if I want it to be more neutral. I think I do want it to be more neutral than this pretty Tim Holtz stuff. Maybe I'll use this Tim Holtz here for the inside of the spine, because I have choices of a bird or that feather. That feather going down the main spine might be very cool. All the feathers are right on the edge though, so it would be hard to center. Oh no, I could center this one. Center that feather. Those feathers, yeah. So I think those might go down the center of the main spine. And I think oh, this is too thick. This is some muslin, but this is super thick muslin. I used to have some really thin muslin. I must be low on my super thin muslin. I could do cheesecloth. I could do, am I out of the thin muslin? I have, oh, I love, this is my other favorite, but I don't know what I'm going to stick. This is my other favorite bird print, Tim Holtz. This is some, that would work really well. This has just got some, it was a mop-up kind of a cloth. Because I might be sticking something into the spine still. I'll probably, what if I put some like cardstock or something in there? So I might as well not use my super beloved and hard to find ones. So that's what I think I'll do. So let me cut. And I do want it to go across and overlap the edge so that it takes some of the pressure off of the book spine. So I'm going to do like that. And I have some book binding glue there. Okay. So like that. And I think I'm going to leave it long and let it, the ends fray. And I can always trim the ends if I feel like they're getting too annoying. Same thing here. I like this green. Actually, serendipitously, the green is very close. Okay, so I'm going to let it overlap to about there. Excuse me, got a little tickle. I am finally healthy. I spent about a month coughing my brains out. This is just a little tickle in my throat from having walked in the heat. Okay. It is crazy that it is the middle of November and it is 75 and sunny. Even the wind. We walk across a cranberry bog that's a big, wide, open space. And there's water features. They use ponds to fill the cranberry bogs when it gets freezing. And the wind blowing across this cranberry bog at this time of year should have a bite. And it was actually not in the least bit refreshing. It was crazy. It was totally warm and not refreshing. Okay, so this is my jar of Paper Source book binding glue. And I don't use it much, but I think this is a good chance to use this. I'm gonna grab a paintbrush. There's a paintbrush. I'm not good at taking good care of my paintbrushes, and I generally just buy cheap ones. This one feels like I've used it for glue before. So I'll do that again. So I'm just going to put down some PVA book binding glue down the center. Oh, scooch some underneath the little edges of the cover. Oh, maybe not. That one didn't need it. I'm going to leave that paper in there. I'm going to go over the edges a bit. $25 is a snipe. $26 is a woodcock. $24 killdeer. $23 sparrowhawk. We call those kestrels now. $21 crow. Yep. Bird watching. Any of you guys bird watchers? I enjoy bird watching. I do. I'm pretty good with my birds, with knowing them, not necessarily by silhouette, but my husband and I have always enjoyed bird watching, finding new birds. Okay, so that is that, and that has come off nicely. Uh-oh, put a bit on the back. Wipe that down. And again, I probably will trim off that a little bit, but I'm gonna let it dry first and then decide. And then here is this one, and this one needs it really badly. How is it? I'm gonna go underneath there, and oh, no, that one's okay, but this one is very it's got holes in it. It's very fragile. So it really needs the extra support of the fabric. Okie dokie. It's a pheasant. We don't have a lot of pheasants around here, but boy, do we have turkeys. Holy cow, do we have a lot of turkeys. And I don't know if you knew about this, but turkeys like to roost in trees at night. A lot of people are surprised by that because they think turkeys can't fly because they're so big, but they can fly. And we have a flock who often roost in the woods behind our house. And they talk to each other at night. They like squabble. They're very funny. I thoroughly enjoy. I'm just reaching for a baby wipe. I'm just gonna wipe some of that off. I don't think it's hugely important because the cover is grungy, which I like. I don't mind that it's grungy. I don't even really need to wipe it off, but yeah, so that is now protected. Yeah, that's now protected. All right, so I think I will stop here for real because I have to sew. I want to sew the edges of the fabric that I'm going to put on the outside of the spine. I'm going to wash off my brush like a good brush mommy, and I will be back with another installment. I'm just going to take you guys through the process. I might put the outer spine on, but we'll see. I also might just upload these separately as separate little videos, just to avoid having to go through the rigmarole of trying to stitch them together using iMovie on my phone, which is almost full and gives me conniptions sometimes. So if you have stuck around this long, thank you so much. I really appreciate if you could click like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Stay safe.